Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. We have gotten past the midweek point and we're headed over into the weekend. But before we do that, I just want to say good morning to you. This is Lysandra Brooks, aka your girl Lala, encouraging you to make the best of this Thursday. But I also want to tell you it is time to move. Yes, it is time to pack up and make your exit. It is time for you to pack up and move out into a larger place. What are you talking about, Lala? It is time to move. You see, we are growing in this thing called life. We develop and we grow every single day. And I just want to encourage you that the place and the space where you are right now is too small. You have outgrown that space. Therefore, it is time for you to pack up and move. As with anything, you think about a mother that is expecting, she is with child. There is a process from the time of conception until the time of the birthing, until the time of delivering, until the time of the push. There is a growth that takes place. And as that child grows, you begin to see that on the outside. The child is growing on the inside, but we see it on the outside. Why? Because the mother's belly begins to expand. It begins to grow. It begins to get bigger because that child on the inside of her is growing and requires more space. And at some point, they say in 9 months, the capacity of the growth, expansion, and development period, guess what? It even gets too small in there. Therefore, the child has to be birthed into the earth. And once that child is birthed, even throughout life, there's growing spurts. There's time of growth. You're going through from adolescence, from a child to adolescence to youth, on up to adult, youth age and young adult age and adult life. You're constantly moving. You're constantly growing. You're constantly expanding. You're no longer wearing 3-month-old clothes. You're no longer wearing 1 year, 24 months, 2T's or whatever you want to call it up until, your larger sizes, 10s and 12s and 22s and all of that good stuff. We are constantly growing. So when you take that item of clothing, look at it this way. You may be a size 3, or you have clothes that when you were a size 3, that you are still trying to put your size 8 in. You have to go buy some clothes because you have outgrown those clothes. So it's expanding. You're expanding. You are growing. You're getting larger. The same thing in life. You are getting bigger. Your mental capacity is expanding. That's what I want to stress to you today. Your mental capacity expanding. Everything in your life is growing larger. You're wondering why you are having discomfort. It's called growing pains. Come on, Holy Ghost. It is called growing pains. You are growing. You are excelling. You are expanding. Therefore, you got to shed off the old. Even as a serpent has to shed his skin. Come on. We got to shed our clothing. We got to shed our old mentality. We got to shed our old way of thinking. Why? Because our mind is being transformed. We are growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. We are growing in our mind and our ability to comprehend and to stand and to problem solve and to do the things that we need to do to thrive in this life. So I want to continue growth. Yes, but in order to expand and in order for us to grow, we have to let loose of those things that are restricting us, those things that are binding us. Too tight clothes when we need to get something larger. And we're still refusing to accept we've gained a few pounds and we need to go shopping because those jeans, you're about to pop the button any moment. And yes, we can wear the spandex, and yes, we can wear the stretchy stretch and all of those things only for a minute. But at some point, when are we going to go and get what we need? Simply, You're expanding and you've outgrown. And the things and the tensions and the frustrations and the things that you're experiencing now is called growing pains. You've outgrown some people. You've outgrown some relationships. You've outgrown some situations. You've outgrown some areas and some businesses and some things and some processes and some places and some environments in your life. You've just simply outgrown it. And therefore, that person, that place, that thing, that item, that situation can't hold you. It can't contain you any longer. You're bursting out. Somebody say it's time to move. It is time to go higher. I'm about to knock over my orange juice. But it is time to grow higher. It is time to come out. It is time to accept the fact that you're no longer in the back. You're no longer restricted. You're no longer held down. You're no longer being able to be contained. It is time for you to break forth. It is time for you to expand. It is time for you to come forth and realize you are coming into your own. It's only growing pain. Somebody say it is time to move. So I want to encourage you to get moving today. Realize where you are, the place where you are, you've outgrown it. It's too small to hold you. Your capacity, it can't hold your capacity. Your capacity has expanded. Therefore, it's required that you go into a larger place mentally, emotionally, financially. Your finances, your bank account, y'all can't even hold. Ooh, yeah, somebody better hear me today. You might need to open another bank account. Because you're about to see you're going from a negative into a positive. You're going from a mere $100 in your account or your savings account to thousands in your savings account, to hundreds of thousands in your savings account. Come on, somebody say expansion. Outgrowing. It is time to move. It is time to expand. Yes, I want to see you grow. I want to see me grow. And in spite of how we may feel, in spite of the reins being tightened, and it seems like we're being crushed and we're in a small space, that's true because you have expanded. You've outgrown where you are. It is time to move. So I want to encourage you to get moving, get to looking to expand what can make your space bigger, what can get you into a bigger place, what can get you into a bigger home, what can get you into bigger relationships, better situations, better areas, better circumstances. Whatever you have outgrown, look for the bigger because it is time to move. I gotta go. This is your girl Lala. I am the queen of conquering, reminding you to always be your authentic self. Quitting is never an option, and you are a woman with purpose. So go in your purpose today and expand. It's time to move.